morning to you. My name's Ollie, and here's your loaf of daily bread. Today's loaf of bread comes to us by way of the author Stephen Pressfield, and it was taken from his most excellent book, The War of Art. And in it he says the following: most of us have two lives, the life we live and the unlived life within us. Between the two stands resistance. I first read The War of Art about 5 years ago, and it changed the way that I look at my craft. The War of Art was a very pivotal book for me creatively, and one of the first lines that stuck out to me in that book is the one I just shared with you today. It reflected what I felt, that I was living one life and that within me, in my imagination, in my dreams, in my hopes, there was an unlived life waiting for me. Now, according to Pressfield, resistance is a force that is deployed by the ego in order to prevent the artist, whatever his or her craft may be, from practicing that craft. Why would the ego want to do this, you wonder? Doesn't the ego want to inflate its sense of importance? Wouldn't it benefit from having an artist do what he or she does best, so that maybe they can get famous and the ego can grow larger? Yes, these are all valid questions, and the ego is a topic all on its own, so I'm not going to stray into that territory today, but I will only say that insecurities also come from the ego. The ego is not always reinforcing a positive image of itself or of the person which it has infected. It's not always doing that. It's not always for the better. Sometimes the ego will use insecurities against you. And nowhere is this more true than among artists. So many of us have this complex where we don't think we're worthy. We don't think we're good enough. We compare ourselves to the masters of the craft, and we think, why should I even bother? I'll never be as good as Chuck Palahniuk. I'll never be as good as Stephen King. Well, Pressfield would tell you that that's the ego, and that's resistance. And that's precisely what stands between the life that you're living now and the unlived life within you. So basically today, my friends, consider this your call to action. Whatever your art, whatever your craft, whatever your passion, you need to blow through that resistance. You need to ignore the stories and the excuses and the insecurities, because these are all meant to prevent you from doing what you were meant to do in the first fucking place. Your calling, whatever it is. Could be gardening like my buddy, could be writing like me, could be making YouTube videos like millions of people out there. Just remember, whatever it is that you want to do, make sure you're doing it for its own sake, and everything else is going to take care of itself. You're going to get what you need out of it, whether that's fame and fortune or merely the satisfaction of having created something, having done what your heart has been trying to tell you to do for a very, very long time. And if you don't think you have an art or a craft, then I challenge you to prove yourself wrong. I challenge you to go out there and look and experiment. Start trying new things. And again, don't listen to the stories. Well, you're 30. Why would you start drawing now? You're going to be terrible at it. Yeah, and I want to try drawing, so I'm going to try it. And I'm going to keep doing it if I enjoy it. I don't care how good I am. I'm not doing it to be good. I'm doing it because my heart tells me to. My heart wants me to. And who am I to stand in the way? I don't think the unlived life is something that you just plop out in one single push. I think like labor, it takes time. And there are multiple unlived lives, multiple masterpieces, multiple novels, multiple whatevers living inside of you right now. They're potential. They're waiting to be created. They're waiting for you to deliver them. And no one else can do it but you. So get to work.